Welcome to this deep dive. If your cost to income ratio is above 50%, you aren't a bank. You're a legacy software museum waiting for a liquidation event. That is a direct and frankly brutal quote from a May 2026 strategic canvas that we are unpacking today for you. We're looking at the banking industry's massive M&A tech gap.
Yeah, I mean, it's a harsh quote, but honestly, the data backs it up completely. Just look at the first 5 months of 2026 alone. We've seen over 180 M&A deals in the banking sector.
Wow, 180, that's a huge jump.
Exactly. That's a 40% year-over-year increase. But the crazy part is this isn't your traditional, market expansion strategy. It's actually being driven by something called technology insolvency.
Right, so mid-sized banks are basically hitting a wall.
A massive financial wall, yeah. To implement this new agentic AI and actually comply with the Genius Act rules for automated decision-making, the baseline R&D cost is sitting at over $500 million. They just can't afford that common charge.
So it's like trying to run modern apps on a flip phone, and they just don't have the cash to upgrade. But if these banks are, technologically insolvent, why on earth are the big guys buying them? I mean, you don't buy a museum piece unless there's treasure inside.
Well, the treasure is the deposit base. It's all about modernization arbitrage. There are really three flavors of this playing out right now. The most aggressive is the core swap.
Like what JP Morgan Chase is doing with Pacific Northwest Regional.
Exactly. JPMC doesn't care about the physical branches. They just vacuum up those customers, drop them into their own Onyx agentic layer, and literally decommission the old regional mainframe within 90 days.
Just torching the old servers. So they basically buy the classic car for the loyal driver, but immediately toss the rusty engine.
That is a perfect way to put it. And doing that slashes the acquired unit's OpEx by like 65%. But then, for the mid-sized bank trying to survive, you have defensive mergers. Two sub-$50 billion banks merging just to pool together a modernization war chest.
Right, so they can actually afford that $500 million R&D bill.
Yep. And the third flavor is agentic talent grabs. That's where legacy providers like FIS are just straight up buying AI startups like Neural Core, specifically to get the engineers.
Wait, I need to back up to that 90-day core swap thing. Tearing out a bank's central nervous system in 3 months, it's like doing a heart transplant on a marathon runner mid-race. I mean, traditional migrations take 3 to 5 years, and they still fail half the time because the old COBOL code is just, well, ancient hieroglyphics.
Oh, it is entirely hieroglyphics. You've got 30 years of undocumented tribal logic patched together. You can't just copy-paste that.
So how are they dodging the 247 resilience mandates without causing a massive blackout?
They use autonomous integration agents. It's a two-step process. First, discovery agents crawl through that ancient COBOL code to automatically generate the missing documentation.
Oh, wow, so it writes its own manual, basically.
Exactly. And then they deploy reconciliation agents. These actually shadow-run transactions mid-flight across both the old and new cores.
Got it. So it's like running parallel train tracks. The AI lets the old system process the real transaction, but sends a ghost transaction down the new tracks at the exact same time.
Yes, and if the ghost train derails, they fix the code before any actual money hits the general ledger. That shadow running is exactly how they guarantee the 100% data lineage that regulators demand in 2026.
Because the regulators need to know exactly how the AI made a decision, right?
Right. And the AI does this through intent-driven mapping. Instead of just moving a 1 and a 0, it analyzes the context. If it sees a highly customized commercial real estate loan, it translates the actual purpose of that loan into the new system.
Ah, so it's rewriting the financial logic itself.
Exactly, which is what allows these big acquirers to hit exponential growth and drag their cost-to-income ratios down to that 30 to 35% target.
Which brings it back to you, the listener. The whole financial landscape has shifted from acquiring for geographical scale to acquiring for unit cost dominance.
It's a totally new game. And it really makes you wonder, if these AI agents are already perfectly translating legacy logic and predicting integration success, how long until they start autonomously identifying and negotiating the mergers themselves?
Now that is a wild thought. Waking up to find your bank was acquired because an AI crunched the numbers while you slept. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, and we'll catch you next time.